All right, everyone, get ready, because today we're really going to dig into bamboo cutting boards. You've seen them everywhere lately.
Yeah, they're really having a moment.
Totally.
Oh,
And everyone's saying they're like the eco-friendly option, but is it all hype? We're going to find out.
I'm ready to dive in.
I love it. So first things first, let's talk about sustainability. Is bamboo really as eco-warrior as it's made out to be?
It's a great question, and honestly, there's a lot to unpack there. Bamboo gets a lot of praise for its sustainability, and a big part of that is how crazy fast it grows.
Okay, yeah. That's one of the first things you hear about bamboo, right? It grows super fast.
Exactly. We're not talking about a plant that takes years to mature here. Some species of bamboo can shoot up like 3 feet in a single day. Think about that.
Whoa, 3 feet a day. That's insane.
It is. And when you compare that to hardwood trees, which can take decades to fully grow, it's easy to see why bamboo has so much potential.
Yeah, it's a total game changer, especially if you're thinking about sustainability. But how does that fast growth actually equal a smaller environmental impact?
Well, that rapid growth means farmers can harvest the bamboo way faster than hardwood, right? So the supply chain keeps moving without having to chop down entire forests and waiting forever for them to grow back.
Okay, that makes sense. It's like more sustainable harvesting.
Right. And when you look at the actual numbers, it's pretty impressive. A bamboo forest can actually pull in and store like almost twice as much CO2 as a hardwood forest of the same size.
Wow, really? That's a lot.
Yeah, it's a real powerhouse when it comes to fighting climate change.
Okay, so faster growth, less deforestation, and way more carbon captured. Bamboo's on a roll here, but I know there's more to sustainability than just growth, right?
Mm.
What about the resources needed to actually grow bamboo? Doesn't it take tons of water or like pesticides and stuff?
That's something I hear a lot, actually, and it's a common misconception. One of the amazing things about bamboo is that it's pretty low maintenance. Yeah. Unlike a lot of crops that need constant attention and all sorts of chemicals, bamboo kind of just thrives on its own. It's naturally resistant to a lot of pests and diseases, so you don't need those harsh pesticides, and those can be terrible for the soil and water.
Oh, absolutely.
Plus, it can grow in all sorts of conditions, which means you don't need to use as much water or fertilizers.
That's so cool. So not only is it fast growing and great for capturing carbon, but it also needs less water and chemicals to thrive. Okay, bamboo's winning me over here. But there was one other thing. I remember reading somewhere that when you harvest bamboo, it doesn't actually kill the plant. Like, how is that even possible?
Ah, that's one of the biggest reasons why bamboo is considered a renewable resource.
Okay, I'm listening.
So imagine harvesting like regular trees, right? You got to cut the whole thing down, which is a huge disruption, and it takes years for a new tree to grow in its place.
Right, makes sense.
With bamboo, you're only taking the mature stalks. The rest of the plant stays put, and that means it can keep growing and producing new shoots. So it's a truly sustainable resource, as long as, of course, it's managed responsibly.
So it's kind of like, I don't know, giving your hair a trim. It just keeps growing back.
Exactly.
Okay, that makes so much more sense. So we've got the rapid growth, minimal resource needs, and a harvesting method that doesn't destroy the plant. From a pure sustainability standpoint, it seems like bamboo is checking all the boxes.
Yeah.
But let's be real, it also has to perform well as a cutting board. Nobody wants an eco-warrior that can't handle chopping a tomato. So what about its durability in the kitchen? How does it actually hold up?
Yeah, you're right. Sustainability is only one piece of the puzzle, right?
For sure.
You could have the most eco-friendly cutting board in the world, but if it falls apart after a week...
Totally. What's the point?
Exactly. Luckily, bamboo can handle its own in the kitchen, too. One of the things that makes it so durable is how it's structured naturally. It's actually tougher than a lot of wood out there.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So it's less likely to get all scratched up by your knives. Those deep grooves that can happen sometimes.
Yeah, I've definitely had cutting boards that look like I've been using them for like 10 years.
Right. And those grooves can actually be a breeding ground for bacteria.
Oh, yikes. So more durable, less bacteria.
Yeah.
Got it. But what about warping? I've had wooden cutting boards warp over time, especially if they don't dry properly or something.
Yeah, that's a good point. And it's something that bamboo is really good at resisting. Its grain structure is super tight, and it naturally repels moisture, making it way more resistant to warping and cracking, even if you're using it and washing it all the time.
Okay, so no more wobbly cutting board. I like
Yeah.
the sound of that.
Yeah.
This is actually reminding me, I think I read something about bamboo having Like natural antimicrobial properties, is that right?
You're right, it does.
Yeah. There's something about bamboo kun, I think. What is that
Yeah,
exactly?
so bamboo kun is this naturally occurring thing in bamboo that basically fights off bacteria and fungi.
Like its own built-in defense system.
Exactly. And studies have even shown that it can be really effective in stopping certain types of bacteria from growing, the kinds that hang out in kitchens.
Oh, no. Like what? Give me some examples.
Well, things like E. coli or Staphylococcus aureus.
Oh, okay. Yeah, those are definitely not welcome in my kitchen.
Right. So it's not a replacement for actually cleaning your cutting board,
Of
obviously,
course, yeah.
but it's like an added layer of protection.
I like it. So bamboo is more eco-friendly, more durable, and be potentially safer to use than other cutting board materials.
It kind of seems like it.
Wow, bamboo's really proving itself here.
Mm.
Speaking of which, I know we've been talking a lot about cutting boards, but I read that bamboo is crazy versatile. Like people are using it for so much more than just chopping veggies these days.
Oh, absolutely. I think that's one of the coolest things about bamboo. Once people started realizing how amazing it is, they started using it for all sorts of things.
Yeah, it's like the it material right now.
Totally. And I get it. It's got that natural look that's really popular.
It does. But I know we can't just talk about how pretty it is. We've talked about how great it is for the environment in terms of sustainability, but it seems like choosing bamboo, even for something as simple as a cutting board, is actually a much bigger deal than that, isn't it?
It totally is. It's easy to get caught up in, like, the individual benefits of a cutting board.
Yeah, for sure.
But the reality is, those benefits go way beyond our kitchens.
Exactly. It's bigger than just one product, right?
Mm.
When you choose bamboo, even for something small like a cutting board,
It's like you're casting a vote for, like, a whole different way of living.
yes, it's about moving towards what's called regenerative consumption. Instead of just doing less harm, you're actively making things better.
I love that. Regenerative consumption. That's a good one. So instead of just sustainability, it's about actually replenishing and restoring.
Exactly. And bamboo is a perfect example, right? Because it grows back so quickly
Yeah.
and doesn't need those harsh chemicals or a huge farm.
Right. It's like the poster child for sustainable materials. Totally.
Yeah.
And that gives us a real alternative to those materials that are just destroying the planet.
Okay, so we're looking at bamboo as this solution for a healthier planet.
Hmm.
But what about technology? Are there any cool new things happening with bamboo that you're excited about?
Oh, yeah. There's actually some really fascinating stuff happening with what are called bamboo composite materials.
Like what? Tell me more.
So basically, they're taking bamboo fibers and combining them with natural resins.
Okay.
And they're creating these incredibly strong, super versatile materials.
So we're not just talking about cutting boards and utensils here.
Nope. Think bigger.
Yeah.
Flooring, furniture, even building materials. Imagine a house built with bamboo that can grow back as fast as you harvest it.
Wow. That's amazing.
Yeah.
So we could be looking at a future where our cities are literally built with sustainable materials.
Right. And it goes even further than that. They're even finding ways to use bamboo fibers to make clothes. So we're talking incredibly soft, breathable fabrics that are obviously way better for the environment.
Wow. So from what we wear to the homes we live in, bamboo could really change how we live.
Absolutely.
That's really inspiring. But since we're here talking about bamboo cutting boards, is there one big takeaway you want to leave our listeners with?
Honestly, I'd say it's this. Don't underestimate how powerful your daily choices are. Something as simple as choosing a bamboo cutting board can be a real step towards living in a way that's better for the planet.
That's such a good point. We don't have to wait for some big, complicated solution to start making a difference.
Exactly. We can all make little choices every day that add up to big changes.
I love that. So there you have it, everyone. We took a deep dive into the world of bamboo cutting boards. We talked about sustainability, performance, and even what the future holds for this amazing material. Who knew something you use in your kitchen could be so interesting? Keep asking those questions, and we'll catch you on the next deep dive.
At nourishingtapestry.store we have a large range of bamboo cutting boards. Thanks for watching. Check us out at nourishingtapestry.store. Like, subscribe.